After you've taken a look at the funnel pages, the next thing you need to do is access the Facebook Business Manager and ad account. I am going to show you how to access it as a business owner or somebody who's going to run your own ads. And I'll also show you how to access it in case you are running ads for somebody else. Maybe you're an agency and you want to run ads for somebody else. It's also helpful for you, by the way, as a business owner, so you know how to give access to an agency if you do hire an agency to do your ad accounts. So the first thing is you do need to access things inside of the Business Manager. Yes, you need one. I do not recommend that you run ads out of your personal ad account. You want to use the Business Manager so that you can also take advantage of all of the benefits and all of the features inside of the Business Manager. And once you have a business in there, Facebook may also reach out to you as you grow with different resources and other benefits for you. You don't get this if you're running everything from your personal ad account. The other reason too is if you run everything from your personal ad account and your personal ad account gets shut down, that could restrict you from using Facebook completely, and it may stop you from ever running an ad again in Facebook. We're going to talk more about this during the compliance part. And there are risks as well with using the Business Manager, but it is best practices that you do this. So if you don't have one, here's what you need to do. Open a browser and go to business.facebook.com. And here is where it'll tell you all about the Business Manager. So you can log in, or you can just click create an account. If you already have a Facebook ads login, then just log in here. It's the same as your regular Facebook login as well. So whatever you use to log into Facebook, use that here to log in, and it will prompt you to create a Business Manager's account. Once you have followed the prompts for creating a Business Manager account, the next step is you want to make sure that you have your Facebook page and your ad account inside of the Business Manager account. So I have one up here that I can share with you since it doesn't have any client information in it or private information. So I'm in the business settings area. If you don't see this when you log into business.facebook.com, click on this little menu at the top here, this hamburger menu, and look for business settings. By the way, Facebook is continuing to change things for people in different countries, even just different users, even in the same city sometimes. So what I'm showing you on the screen may look totally different from UC because Facebook is doing some type of change or rolling out something. And it's changing not just this area, but pretty much all the other areas too. I'll try and describe as best I can what it is that I'm trying to do and where I'm at, so that if it doesn't look familiar to you, you should be able to figure out how to navigate and find where you need to be. So I wanted to be inside of the business settings. Again, if it looks a little bit different, you want to click around until you can get to actually someplace that says business settings and not just settings, okay? So that you can take a look at everything in the back end here. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to have an ad account. So here, this is a great example of one where there is no ad account. So it's a new Business Manager account, and I don't have an ad account yet for this. So I'm going to add an ad account. I'm going to click this button here, and there are a couple of different options. So here it says add an ad account. This is when there's an ad account that already exists and you need to move it into your Business Manager account. I would not move your personal ad account into here. This is a situation where maybe there was an ad account in somebody else's Business Manager that you're taking over. I can't think of a reason why that would be applicable to you right now, but I'm just explaining what this option is because it looks like you're going to create a new ad account, but it's not really. This is requesting access to an ad account. This is basically if you're an agency and you're running ads for a client, you would use this to request access to an ad account. And it even says here, for example, you work for an agency and the ad account belongs to a client. Okay? What we want to do is we want to actually create a brand new ad account. So it says create a new ad account, which means it's going to add one right inside of this Business Manager. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to call it LMA, which is the same as my business manager here. By the way, this is not a hard and strict rule, but I would just make sure that you don't name the ad account something that looks scammy or non-compliant. Like, don't put swear words in the name of your ad account, and don't put in your name of your ad account, "This ad account has to rip people off." I know you would never do that. But for example, if I was running a weight loss offer, I would not call the ad account weight loss, just because you never know what's going to trigger Facebook. So one thing I do inside of Facebook is I just try and tread very lightly and stay under the radar, because what often happens in Facebook, which you may or may not have heard about yet, is they're known for shutting down accounts and shutting down business managers without any notice whatsoever. And it can be very, very difficult to actually get it back. And if you have built your business using Facebook ads, it can be devastating to be completely shut out and not being able to run ads again. So it is a bit of a balance that you have to do here. But put the name of your ad account. I just usually, again, put whatever the name of the business or what makes sense for me. You want to choose your time zone. So I'm actually in Eastern Standard Time. So I'm just going to find that over here. Okay, and you want to put the currency. This is very important. You cannot change the currency afterwards. So choose the currency that you want. I'm going to choose Canadian dollars. And then I'm going to choose next. So I'm going to select, this is for my business, because I own this business manager account. It's not for anybody else. And even it says you're correctly selecting this is very important. So I'm going to select my business over here. And I'm just going to click create. Now, the next thing you need to do, which sometimes people forget to do, is you also have to give yourself access to the ad account. All you've really done here is create an ad account inside your business manager, but Facebook doesn't know who on your team needs to have access to it, including you. So it's never going to assume that it's just going to add you by default. So I'm the only person inside of this business manager. So I'm going to click myself, and I'm just going to click down here. I want myself to have access to manage all of the whole ad account. If you do not add yourself in here, I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to click assign. And then I can add my payment info as well. So I'm going to click add payment info. And again, it's got the currency and everything here. And I can just add in my credit card when I'm ready. I'm not going to do this right now, but this is where I would add my payment method in. Now over here, under ad accounts, if you have more than one ad account, it will show up over here. When you click on it, it will also tell you who has access to it. So let's pretend I didn't have access to it. Okay. Notice it still exists inside of the business manager, but what you'll find is when you go to the ads manager, you may not actually see it pulled down to have access to it. That's because I did not grant myself access to the ad account from inside of this business manager. So I'm just going to go over here and click add people. You see myself there. Make sure this is toggled on that I can manage the entire ad account, and I'm going to click assign. So that's done. Great. I've got my ad account. The next thing I want to do is I want to add my Facebook page. Now, maybe you already have an existing Facebook page. Okay? So if you do, let's click on this add button over here. Again, you'll notice that it has very similar options to creating an ad account. Adding a page is bringing in an existing page into your business manager's account. Requesting access to a page is, as it says here, if you're an agency doing work for clients, this is the one you want to select. And creating a page will create a brand new page. Most of the time when I'm helping people set up ad accounts, they already have a Facebook page, and you probably do too. If that's the case, you just click add a page and follow the prompts here. You can put in the Facebook page name here or the URL, and it will add the page into your business manager. Now, the exact same thing will happen as it did with the ad account. You need to give yourself access. So let me show you. You see here, I've got a Facebook page here. And when I click on it, because I just removed myself, there is nobody assigned to it. This means when I go to the page as myself, I'm not going to be able to do too much with it. So I need to click add people and click my name here. And I'm going to scroll down and make sure I can manage the full page. Again, if you have employees or team members, you can definitely just limit their access and click assign. To make this even more confusing, if you were already an admin on the Facebook page outside of this business manager, you can still have admin access there. However, you may not be able to create an ad because it may not recognize your access to the page. So it's a little bit confusing, but to cover yourself, you want to make sure that you've given yourself access to the ad account and the page. Next up, you want to create a pixel. So here, I haven't created one, as you can see. This is brand new. So I'm just going to click add over here to create the pixel. And again, I'm just going to call it LMA pixel, make it really simple, easy for me to do. It says check your website, but it says optional. If there's something that's optional, I'm not going to bother filling it out. So I'm just going to leave it here, and then I'm going to click continue. And I'm just going to close this out because I don't need to do this yet. And I'm sure by now you are not surprised. You need to assign people to the pixel. So I'm going to assign myself, be able to manage the pixel over here, and I'm going to click assign. There are a lot of other different options over here, but we're just going to stick with these ones for now. If you do have an Instagram account that you need to add, you can add it over here. And as I said, there's other things over here, but I'm not going to go into these all in detail right now because I'm just trying to help you get set up. By the way, if you're creating an ad and you find that it's giving you a weird error in that you do not have access to something or it's not recognizing the page or the pixel, what you can do is you can go over here to Ad Accounts and click Add Assets. Sometimes this works. And see if there's any page here. There isn't any here, so I think we're good. There's nothing missing. You can also go down here to Pixel and click Add Assets. Now here, see this is the ad account. So I'm going to click Add over here. And then under here, under Connected Assets, you can actually see the ad account under here as well. So I would make sure that this is done as well. So to recap, what we've done is we've created a brand new ad account and added ourselves to it. We have brought in our Facebook page and given ourselves access to it. We've created a pixel and added ourselves to it, and we've assigned the ad account to the pixel. One question that I do get is how many ad accounts do I need? When you're first starting out, I would create one ad account. This is a more advanced technique in terms of having more than one ad account, but I would start with one first. Once you create multiple ad accounts, you do have to keep running ads inside of them because they could get shut down for inactivity, which cannot be reversed. So unless you're ready to manage multiple ad accounts, start with one, but eventually you are going to need more than one. It's not a guarantee. It's not an insurance policy. I use it for scaling purposes. It does help if one of your ad accounts does go down, then you have other ad accounts that you can keep running ads out of, but it does take a little bit more sophistication and organization in order to manage multiple ad accounts. So when you're starting out, I do recommend you just have one account. And as I mentioned, it is a myth that having multiple ad accounts guarantees you to be safe, because if Facebook really wanted to, they could figure out who you're connected with, where you're connected with, and just shut everything down on you. So does it help? Yes, but is it a guarantee that you're safe? Absolutely not. But we can cover this in the more advanced techniques. So the last thing I wanted to cover here under access was protecting it and adding employees and partners. So really, really quickly, you do want to do whatever you can to make sure that you keep everything clean and safe, because pretty much if anybody from a quote unquote bad neighborhood gets added to your account, it could tarnish the reputation of your account, which means that it's possible that Facebook could shut down your entire business manager. They have been known to do that. So you want to make sure that you take the necessary steps just to make sure that it's safe. It's the same way as you don't let anybody, you wouldn't just let a stranger into your house or into your bedroom, or you wouldn't invite a stranger into your if you had a safety deposit box or a vault with all your stuff, you wouldn't just bring anybody in there, right? You'd be very careful about who you bring in there. So one of the things you want to do is make sure that you have two-factor authentication set up with your Facebook login, as an example. And I'm going to show you how to add employees and partners and anybody else in your team. You also want to make sure that anybody you're adding as an employee is also clean on Facebook. So what do I mean by that? Well, you do want to make sure that the person is not connected to any other disabled business manager accounts, or has a negative history with Facebook. Sometimes people don't even realize they have that, but I'm always very careful about that because, again, if you bring somebody in who already has even a little bit of a tarnished reputation, that could in turn tarnish your business manager's account. And I have definitely experienced and seen business manager's account getting shut down by Facebook. We finally figured out which user it was who was connected to something else, who didn't disclose it or wasn't even aware of it, right? And then we had to remove the person and then keep appealing. And finally, the business manager account got put back into good standing. So that's why I said you do need to be careful. And you know what, if you do have to take a look, have the person show you on a screen, say, here's what I have access to be careful, do it so that you can help make sure that you don't get shut down. Now, if you do want to add somebody from your team, and I'm thinking this is somebody who is, maybe it's your VA, maybe it's your partner or an employee, you want to add them in the back end here under people. So you want to click add, and then here, just click employee access. If they are also an admin, you want to give them admin access, absolutely give them that. It's a good idea to have more than one admin on an account. And in fact, Facebook does recommend that you have more than one admin in case you lose access for whatever reason, the other person can still make sure that your business manager account can stay open. I would use the email address that they use on Facebook because they're going to use the same login for this that they do on Facebook. And what it will do is it will send them an email to say, hey, you've been invited to this business manager account, and they just follow the steps. Once they're inside of here, then you're going to go to, guess what, the pages and the ad accounts, and you're going to click add people and give them access, whichever level access you want to give them. If you are hiring somebody to run your Facebook ads, best practices is to add them as a partner. I would not add them as a person here. First of all, you don't really know them as well as you would your own team. So again, this goes back to keeping your account safe. You can do it here under partners. And what you want to do is you want to click add and say, give a partner access to your assets. We're not going to ask a partner to share it with you. You're going to give them access to your account. So this is if you hired somebody to run your ads for you. You're going to click on this and they should give you their business partner ID. I'll show you where that is. How I usually get it actually is I just get it in the URL here at the top. It says business ID and I just copy that and then I just paste it in there. So this one here, so I would have given that business ID to somebody and then just paste it inside of here. And whoops. Let me just select copy and paste it in here. Right. So see, it's saying I entered my own business ID, but you get the point here. You'd put in the partner's business ID and then click next and follow the instructions. Sometimes they do give you the option to generate a link. I've found that link can sometimes be unreliable. So the best way is for them to give you their business ID so you can enter it in here. A different way you can add a partner, by the way, is say, for example, you're over here with the ad account. There's also a button up here that says assign partner. So you can actually go here and here it says get a link to share. I still prefer to enter the business ID over here. Like I said, you can get a link to share. You can give them whatever access you want. But it's just that a lot of times it does work, but sometimes it doesn't. So I found that the more reliable way is to put in the business ID over here. Then they will get an email and a notification, and then they will follow the steps on their end in order to give themselves and their team members access to the ad account and page, etc. And you want to make sure that you assign the partner to the ad account and the page and the pixel so that they have everything they need to run ads for you. And that is how you set up your business manager and ad account so you can be ready to run ads. Next, I'm going to show you how to install the Facebook pixel.